Hey YouTube, welcome back to Tinker Tools. Today we're going to be talking about a brand new flashlight from Wuben called the X4, so let's go ahead and get into that on Tinker with Tools. Now before we get started, Wuben did send me this light at no charge to me in exchange for doing a review on the video. This is not the first time I've worked with them, but I do like to disclose any working relationship that I have with the brand so you can be informed when you're making decisions. As always, I appreciate Wuben's support of the channel. Now let's get on with the review. Now, as I mentioned, the light we're talking about is the Wuben X4, and this is going to be part of their ECL series of lights, or what they call easy carry lights. Now, what I would view that as is almost a subdivision of an EDC light, where it's going to be even more focused on portability and just how easy it is to carry around for the feature set that you're getting. It's going to be roughly 3 3/4 inches long, 1.5 inches wide, and about 1 inch thick overall. So it is a little bit of a chunkier flashlight in my opinion, but it definitely does have decent compact size for what it is. It comes in weighing under 5 ounces with the battery in it. So it's not going to be super lightweight, but once again, more focused on the portability for the feature set that you're getting. You do have a main light up front that is going to feature 4 LEDs. Some of them are going to be more focused on throw or distance lighting, while the others are going to be more focused on kind of a flood lighting. And what you end up with is a max of 1500 lumens. It is adjustable. We'll kind of talk about that in a minute. But you're going to be getting a very full light. And in practice, when I've either been using this in testing, kind of lighting up the field next to my house, or even just using it in real world use, kind of lighting up a backyard or going for a walk at night, it does put a really strong amount of light and really lights up a wide area around you versus just a very focused beam. Now, in addition to that main light, you do then also get the side light, and that is going to be 6 LEDs kind of in a strip down the side of the light that are going to be of a warmer color temperature, and they're going to be more focused on providing kind of a low lumen area light. I kind of view this as something you're going to set up in a place where you're working. You don't need overwhelming bright light, maybe even setting up on a desk when you have power outage or something. But then they also do have a couple of color LEDs down at the bottom that allow you to do some red light, or even just be able to do kind of a red or blue flashing light for a signal should you need to be able to do that there. So when it comes to controls, there are 4 different controls that I think it's important to understand about this light. First is going to be the side selector switch, and I want you to think about this almost like a mode selection. When it's all the way in the down position, that is going to be off. None of the controls are going to work or turn on the light. Everything's going to be turned off. When you move it up one switch, now it's going to be kind of focused more on the side light. And so the main power switch, for example, is going to only control the side light there. Third position is now going to be for the main light. And then when you're in the 4th position, that is going to be just for the main light, and it's going to be its dedicated moonlight mode. So one thing I like about that is you can easily find your moonlight mode to be able to turn that on at night without necessarily having to fumble around and cycle through a bunch of different modes. It's just going to be dedicated on the switch there. Now, in any of those modes, if you use the main power button on the side, that is going to turn on and off the light. For example, if we go into the side light mode, but then there's also the rotary switch right underneath, and the rotary switch is going to control the brightness if you're in that side light mode or in the main light mode. So you can go ahead and control that. When you move to the main light, obviously you're going to be getting your main light mode with the simple power on. If you're in that main light mode and you do kind of use the rotary switch, you're able to simply control the brightness of the light, and it will kind of remember where you set it. So if you turn it to a dimmer setting, turn the light off, when you turn it back on through that same manner, it's going to remember what it is. Then when you're up in the moonlight mode, it's just going to be moonlight all the time. Now, with respect to the tail switch, when you're going to be in the off position, the tail switch does nothing. When you move it up into the side light or the main light mode, press and hold is going to turn on the turbo setting, if you will, on the main light. And so it is just kind of nice just to be able to quickly shine that flashlight around and get some power without necessarily having to have it all the way on or leaving it on. Now, if you move it up into the moonlight mode and go ahead and press the tail switch, it will activate the moonlight mode and leave it on without having to press the tail switch, and then a simple press will turn it back off. So overall, there's a decent amount of controls on here, but once you get used to it a little bit, I really do think it works quite well. Now, in terms of additional functionality, when you do have the side selector switch all the way in the forward position, you're also going to expose the charging port. This is going to have a rechargeable 18650 cell on the inside of it. And to be able to access that, you're just going to come over here to the lock. When in the unlocked position, a little press just kicks open the main container, and you are able to access that 18650 cell. I like the fact that they included a replaceable battery because then you can just carry a couple of extra fully charged cells and really extend the already impressive runtime. Now there's also going to be a clip on the back that allows you to kind of attach it to a variety of different things. And then the tail of the light is also going to be magnetic for kind of hands-free use. Now in practical use, I've had this for a couple of weeks. When I first got it, I can't say that I was the biggest fan of the side selector switch, mostly because on this example, it felt a little bit loose, more so than what I've seen on that same style of switch on, say, this little G4 from Wuben. But after using it for a while, it's almost like it's stiffened up just a little bit, and it actually feels a little bit better now. Either that or I've just gotten used to it. I've definitely found that I really like some of the feature set on this light, mainly the tail switch, the amount of light that it puts out, especially given that it still has decent distance on it. The side area light has been useful in a couple of different scenarios. And although it is not a super compact light, and there are definitely going to be days where I might want to carry something as small as this little Wuben G4, for its feature set, it really is a decently compact size. Now overall, the price on this is going to be $49.99 as a retail price. I'm sure there'll be some promotions and discounts available in due time on it. After having used it for 2 weeks, I've actually grown quite fond of this light, and it's definitely going to be staying in the rotation of lights that I use on a regular basis. Another solid product from Wuben, and definitely something worth checking out. Now I'll have links down below to this light, both on Amazon and on Wuben's own website. Remember, it goes live the day I launch this video. Now, if you want to check out any of other Wuben's lights, I'll be sure to have a link to their website and some of the videos that I've done on their flashlights here on my channel. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave those down in the comments below. If you like this sort of video, go ahead and hit that like button. And as always, thank you for the continued support. Until next time, I will catch you on Tinker with Tools.